Do you need that quilt bound quickly? Oh, here we go.
I do.
Sorry.
Hey, everybody.
Okay.
All right, serious business here. We go down to business. So Jennifer and I were chatting about the Hurricane Evacuation Route Quilt, which is the topic, one of the main topics of tonight's live stream. So welcome, 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 everyone. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, welcome and thank you. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, just leave a comment and say try harder, or I don't know. Just engage. So hope everybody's doing well. It's raining here. Lots of stuff going on weather-wise. Although I did get a sunburn earlier today. I don't know if you guys can see.
Oh, here our friends are here. Zaza, Kelly.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I got a sunburn today. I swam laps for the first time in years, and my lungs were like, whoa, 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 hold up.
What's up?
Yeah. Like, we thought we were over this. Looks a bit nippy. My sunburn, it's red. It doesn't hurt, but it is definitely red. I was standing in here earlier and I was like, I could feel my back. I went in the kitchen. I was like, am I sunburned? Dwayne was like, yeah, you're sunburned. I mean, it makes sense. The sun was shining. I was in a pool. So anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and a like. Hi, Linda. Welcome, welcome. So I am so excited about this Hurricane Evacuation Route Quilt. I started it, gosh, how many months ago? I've been wanting to do it since about last October. I got the idea and I created it. Oh, and I meant to pull up, I'm gonna pull up the pattern of it, because in the pictures, I think it's hard to see what I intended to do. So I kind of want to talk about what I really wanted it to look like and then how it came out. And then we can talk through sort of that process. But I'm actually going to put the slide up. So that's the quilt, the finished quilt. Well, it's not finished. It's, as you can see, I pulled it off the long arm and it does need to be bound. So this is supposed to be, so this is an evacuation route sign. These signs exist in all of the Gulf Coast to let people know during hurricane season how to evacuate. So this is like, all over Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas. These are pretty common signs. This is supposed to be a blurry tree in the background on like maybe a little green hill and then the water rising. This is water. So that was the intention. But I think the tree, too much of the tree is hidden to tell what it is. Can you tell that it's a tree? And then I'll show you. So when I show the pattern, I think you're going to be able to see it.
Okay.
So I really want to make it again.
I can kind of see it now that you're saying it.
Well, and when I take the sign off and you see the whole tree, I think it's much better. The other thing is I think the some of the gray area, like I'm pointing to it with my clicker, like as if you could see me and you can't. But let me see if I can pull up my I meant to do this before and I was so busy with the pictures I forgot to open the pattern.
So Melanie got the tree concept.
Yay. And I think I might make this pattern without the sign, or maybe a smaller sign, because I kind of like the background all on its own. You guys will have to let me know what you think. And then maybe I'll show you a sneak peek of the next, what else I'm working on. So there is a town in Louisiana called Cocodrie, and in French, Cocodrie is alligator. So I'm working on a sign because I love alligators and the whole alligator thing. Hey, Regina, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking about my hurricane evacuation route sign. Do you live in hurricane area? We're in Louisiana. Okay, so I am going to share, I'm going to remove the slideshow, and then I'm going to share my screen so we can look at the original. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, y'all. I'm so confused. Okay, here we go. So I'm not sure what you guys can see. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So do you see right here where it's supposed to be a tree?
Yeah.
And then whenever you put the sign in front of it, you see it kind of disappears. Does that make sense now that you
Yes.
see it in the pattern?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the word for this design. It's like,
Pixelated-ish.
yeah.
My intent was to make it look kind of blurry. See, like this is maybe the original-ish one. You see kind of how my design went from like, this is a cool old tree. Can y'all see that tree? So this was like the inspiration picture of the tree. How it's kind of gray and brown. So now that you see this,
Yeah, it's mosaic. That's what Zaza says. It's mosaic.
oh, okay, yeah.
I think that's true.
And so in my mind, that was kind of what I was trying to going for, what I was going for. But I don't think in the final, like you see, and maybe this angle isn't the best either. But I think I lost like the tree.
Yeah, and I think if it would have been wider, maybe there would have we could have seen more of it. But it looks
Yeah.
good like that. I like it.
Yeah, now that you know it's there, right?
Right.
And so I think I really do want to make it again because I feel like I feel like it could be a great, like, I love the quilt, don't get me wrong, but I think it could be better. Maybe if I make the bricks with the tree smaller, they might have a little bit more detail. Yes,
Yeah.
Kelly, great minds think alike. So if I make the pieces smaller, I could get it a little bit more detailed. Because it really wasn't hard to put together the back. Like I just made the rows based on, I printed it out. I had just this line by line and just sewed them together. So I thought about, Linda, doing some applique. The problem is that the hurricane evacuation route sign is applique. And I wanted the tree to kind of be in the background. And so that definitely was on my mind. I initially was going to not applique the sign and make it all sewn in. I thought about how I could do foundation paper piecing. And so, yeah. So in my brain, if I do it again, the evacuation route sign is going to be smaller. The pieces back here are going to be smaller so that I can get a little, like not way small, but a little bit more definition, and then take some of the gray out because I think, or maybe move the sign so that the tree, there's more room for the tree.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could see more of it,
Yeah.
define it better.
And that was kind of part of the problem when I was designing it, moving the hurricane evacuation route sign. I wanted it to be the focal point, but also not too small so you could get this tree. Then I had to move the tree far to the side and offset the hurricane sign. Yeah. So then, yeah, this is it on Hazel, the long arm.
It looks
And
quite
so, yeah,
large. It looks big from this angle.
it is big. It is a large throw. So it's very close to being 57 by 76.
Oh, wow.
That was the size that I was going for. And I think it might be a couple of inches off in either direction. I don't remember what the exact size was, but we'll definitely have to measure it again. So this is the back of it. What I did was I put the top of, hey Sherry, we're just looking at my hurricane quilt. There it is. So the next picture, I'm going to show you the back. So on the sign, I free motion quilted around the sign and the letters. I used circular edge to edge to represent the wind, and I did not go inside the sign. So you'll be able to see that on the back. With the arrow, the above the water, there's no free motion quilting in here, just the arrow. And then on the water line, there is water below it. And when I say water, I mean like where you can look, if you look at the design on the bottom portion, it's called calming water or calm waters, I think. And then you can see the arrow, that sign, the arrow is free motion quilted, and above that is wind.
Clever.
Hey, Amanda. And oh, so here's a close up of, so you can see the arrow is just kind of some loopy loops in there, nothing fancy. And then you can see the water line. And then, oh, look at all the bubbles everywhere, y'all. On the hurricane, the words hurricane evacuation route, the big circle, and then the little hurricane symbol at the top. So let's talk about some of the problems I had on this quilt. As I was loading it on the long arm, I thought this was a huge waste of time. I totally messed it up. There's no way I'm ever going to be able to even give it away. It's just going to be on my couch forever because it's so messed up. I was able to salvage it for the most part, but I don't mind sharing the things that are wrong with it just because, I'm not perfect. Quilting is to me, every time we do something, there's opportunity to learn. So one of the things I learned doing this quilt is that, so let's go back to the first. When I did the back is pieced and the sign is appliqued. I tried, when I did the right side of the sign, I sewed it, like I pieced it in so that white, I have the quilt right here. I don't know why I'm not, hold on. Instead of having the slideshow, I'm going to show y'all. Nope, not that one. Okay, so One, I don't like this piece right here because it takes away from the sun. So when I was making this quilt, this strip right here is pieced. So all here is this is pieced in with here, and I still have some strings that I need to bury, so ignore those. This is pieced. Well, when I got up to the top of the sign, and I wanted the sign to be at an angle, not straight, I realized that I'm gonna have to like angle this, and y'all, it was so I don't know if y'all can even see it. Um, it was so hard to get that angle right on. I thought, well, okay, even though I had it halfway done, I'm gonna start appliquing it. And when I say applique, I mean sew this part on top of the row of brown and gray, and not two. Does that make sense? It was a so the brown and gray does not go all the way behind the sign. It stops here. So by the time I got, and I did it row by row this way, by the time I got down to the bottom, I had all this kind of like excess in here, like it wasn't even. Am I making any sense at all? Okay, good. So when I'm long arming it, oh, and look, I'm gonna have to go back and fix this. I just realized. So I had to, because it's appliqued, I was able to do this without causing major issues. I picked up this piece right here, like it was all kind of wonky. And so, if you have way too much fabric right here and you have this and you're trying to long arm it, you end up with like buckles and stuff. As you can see, I don't have any right here because I'm so smart. I was able to kind of tuck it into itself right here and then sew this part down. So there's extra brown fabric underneath here to save this from being so wrinkly and puckery.
I wonder if most people do those things. I think so. I know I do.
I know there's got to be tricks to long arming, and I'm learning them the more like quotes I get from people. I'm definitely learning how to hide flaws. Flaws is such a bad word. It's not really a flaw, but unevenness of the quilt. You kind of, press and move it around a little bit. It's kind of an art, and so I'm learning. So I definitely had to play with this a little bit, and I'm so proud of myself because I really think I salvaged this quilt. It was really bad. And there's no puckering on this part. I think I have a little bit, maybe one little piece somewhere, but for the most part, it turned out really well. Um, yeah, I mean, the back is just beautiful. I had some tension issues on my machine not that long ago, and I called the quilting studio where I purchased my long arm, and they were able to walk me through and fix it without having to change the whole part. So I got it quilted. Oh, what else did I want to show y'all? So yeah, and so in here, I just did some little loopy loops. I am still learning. I can meander like nobody's business, y'all. Free motion.
That's all I do. I've gotten the hang of it. And I know you've
So
encouraged me to expand my horizons, but I haven't yet because I feel so comfortable with it.
yeah, so I free motion quilted, and the intention of this quilt. Yeah, there's definitely ways to get those puckers out. I think, and sometimes when I'm quilting, I will like kind of stretch the fabric. You really have to watch it. You can't just like turn on the long arm and walk away. It's yeah, but I'm gonna have to watch. I like Sister Chicks. I'm gonna go check that out. So
I
the
will
quilt
too.
itself, yeah, the applique pieces are meant to be kind of like cartoonish, if you will, for lack of a better word. So I didn't want to do like really good exact stitching all over them. So they are uneven, and that's intentional. I didn't I wasn't intending to be perfect on that. And so it was fun. I really enjoyed doing the lettering. Let's see if you guys can see it up close. So it's just kind of cute. I like it. Um, just in general. And so the other thing is, for those of you who may have watched last night, we did what do you call it? The tote bags, which I finished. I'll show you. Just putting pieces together. That's what I did with the blue. And then this is kind of like foundation paper piece, where I just put them on at angles like I would to get it to be circle-ish. It's not perfect, but that's okay. I don't want it to be.
I have a question about the letters.
Okay.
How do you hold them down? Do you tack them down,
So
or
yes, I for the letters I used I think it's let me see. It's not what's it? The heat and bond.
oh, okay.
It's not I didn't use this one because this is the ultra hold. I think the other one is lighter. Um but I don't have the package for it anymore. It's just in a little strip. But it's
So
the
it
heat and bond.
so it holds it down pretty good until you
Yeah,
can sew it, quilt
right.
it.
So for the letters, yeah, and I'll show you guys. I'm doing a video of the gator quilt. I actually recorded this one. So I did
Melanie
the
has a
letters kind of in.
question. Melanie
Okay,
has a question for you.
what is it? I
Something
asked
a safe zone. Do you have to go to a safe zone?
for the quilting. Oh, I think that was in the I don't understand, Mel. Any. Um so what I do is a safe zone like on the oh I'm funny. Let me put my music. I'm sorry my brain's not there right now. So I cut like quarter, half-inch strips, however long I need them to be, and they have the sticky stuff on the back.
That's funny, Melanie. I didn't get it.
Yes, we have to hunker down. I mean, between the gator crossing and the hurricanes, we may as well be in Australia down here. Um, so this one needs to be quilted, but I'm going to do the same thing because I really enjoy doing the letters. This is so cute. I'm really enjoying this one.
The letters seem tedious to me.
They're not at all. Because I don't worry about them. I don't want them perfect. Yes, we're slow tonight, Zaza.
Always.
I'm concentrating. I'm concentrating.
I thought it was something about the long arm in a safe zone.
See, Jennifer was like, Melanie has a question. I was trying to be professional.
I just don't have a long arm, and I don't know how to do that. So that's why I was confused. That's my excuse.
Okay, so yeah, please forgive us. Um, you could just give us a laugh emoji. So I can't even tell y'all how much fun I had making this quilt. It really was fun. So you can see on the back of this one where I had to pucker things, it's still like there's a lot of stuff going on back here on the back. And I intentionally took this picture so you could see the quilting, but it unfortunately, in addition to the quilting, you can see all the looseness of the fabric. But that's okay. It's not perfect. I think y'all when I'm telling you, I am ecstatic the way that the front turned out, given how bad it was. It definitely was fun. Oh, so that's the last slide. So fun, so fun.
So was this your design? Did you design the pattern?
Yeah, that's the one I was showing you that I had to in the beginning of the when I went to the inspiration tree. I can pull that back up. Let's see. Oh, I may have closed it. Let me open it back up. There we go. So yeah, I created this whole pattern. I started off, let's see, with, and this is kind of, you can see all my work here, but I started off with this tree. So this was kind of like the design, I love this picture. So you can see it's kind of like just brown and green with some gray in between. And so from there, oh, wrong way. I created this little grid. See again, I don't know if y'all can see the grid on there, but trying to work out if I made it out of squares, how would it work? I kind of like this one. I might like this would be just a cool quilt all on its own.
Yeah, I like that.
And then I broke it down and started coloring in. There's the sign. And then this is kind of what I ended up with. And I think but like some of these, if these were brown, make it this a little bit bigger, like the tree wider would help, like that way. I think I want to make this without the sign. And then you can see I added the sign over it with the water at the bottom, kind of made it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I think that would be nice with like moss.
Well, the moss is hard.
Yeah, if you could pull it off, that'd be difficult.
Yeah. See, when you hide now, if I do a wall hanging, see, I could put the sign kind of half off the tree, or like, and then cut it off like that. That might be kind of cool. But yeah, I think just adding more brown would be a good thing.
Well, this is a good lesson
Oh yeah, yeah. I
for the
really
next
enjoyed
one.
it. Yeah. And so while we're looking at that, I also, oh, I'm freezing up. Okay. I also want to kind of share another project that I'm working on. My next one, I was talking about cocodrie earlier. Where? Okay, here we go. We have any questions? Oh yeah, a few of the green. So just reading the comments. Jennifer's slacking here. She's not reading them out loud to me.
I'm trying. I'm a bit tired tonight.
We
We're
had
hungry.
we had a long night last night. Um,
I was working on 2 quilts today.
yeah. Yeah, man, so Zaza in response to, like, calling me brave to pixelate it, I think ignorance is the right word, like, just going into it kinda blind, not knowing how hard that is. Um, it was fun. But I really and I get what you're saying because I think Melanie mentioned too, applique in the back. I really wanted to have it pieced and appliqued, um, because I want the back of it to be pieced, and then the sign to be like the top, the "Hey, Patty, welcome, welcome, welcome." So anyway, so many options, so many things I could be doing with it. Um, for those of you just joining, we're talking about the hurricane evacuation route. I've shown a couple of times the pattern. This is supposed to be a tree. If you watch the replay, you can see how it looks behind the sign. It really is a tree, y'all. Um, and so the next thing that I'm kind of working on, that I'm thinking about how to do, is this little town called Cocodrie. It's right on the coast. It is way down there, y'all. So this is the water tower in that town. They don't have a road sign. I couldn't find one. I did all the Google Zoom map thing everywhere, and the only thing I could find was the water tower. So, what do y'all think about putting like the cocodrie with the alligator? Because cocodrie means alligator. So doing something like this now, very early stages. I just started playing around with this last night, but water tower with the alligator. Jen, are they commenting? I can't see.
Oh, I'm sorry. um, Zaza said it's cool, and
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I need to get my phone and see. It's very close to the. I mean, it's on the Gulf, right? It must be
Yes,
right
it
down
is.
there,
It's
going like
past Tucson, I think.
and towards
Like
going
it's
towards Venice.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
right smack in
So
hurricane.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's definitely hurricane
Always.
evacuation route signs in this town. And it's more like a camp. Like a lot of people have camps down there, and so it's not as oh, you got a water tower behind your house? Hey Sheila. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, so and really I also thought too the other reason that I was looking at this town and the alligator, I wanted to put the highway, it's Louisiana Highway 57, I want to say, and so put the Louisiana road sign, which is a black and white, you know, state highway sign, the state shape with the numbers in black and white.
Yeah, that would
But
be
then
nice.
when I saw the water tower, I was like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And
Melanie's
so the water
recommending
tower,
recommending lighthouses
I don't know if they have any down there.
or anywhere. I don't know why.
We don't have
That
lighthouses
I
on
know
the
we
Gulf
don't.
Coast,
I know.
and
Maybe
not on the
they.
Louisiana Gulf Coast. Mobile has one, right?
Yeah,
Where's our Alabama? Is it Melanie who's from Alabama? Somebody's from Alabama. Biloxi, yeah. Um, they have a water tower. I mean, a lighthouse. We don't have them. I wonder if they used to and they got washed away in all our hurricanes.
yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That
But
now I'm really curious. Are there any, and if so, where are they, and if not, why?
um, are there different evacuation signs, or are they all designed the same?
They differ slightly. So some of them say hurricane evacuation route, and they don't have the little symbol at the top. Some of them have the symbol. Um, they vary slightly, but they're all blue. they all have the words, some of them with and without the symbol. The arrows are always there.
I haven't noticed. Zaza is asking if lighthouses are further north, maybe.
I have never seen a lighthouse in Louisiana.
No, me either. I don't think.
Anybody want to Google it for us? Are there lighthouses in Louisiana? I know there's one in Biloxi. There's one. I know like Mobile has a lot of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if Mobile doesn't have one. But yeah, I have no recollection. Even like towards Texas on the Louisiana Gulf Coast, like Sheila, do they have the little hurricane symbol on them? Like, see this little symbol at the top? Some of them have it, some of them don't. And some of them are square and they just have the words.
Oh, we do have lighthouses in Louisiana.
What?
Sabine Pass Lighthouse in Cameron.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, even towards Lake Charles. Okay.
It's a historical landmark.
We have one and it's a landmark.
No, we have another one in Madisonville.
I don't even know where that is. Is that near Baton Rouge?
It's going past Baton Rouge, I think, yeah. But I think, well, like in Madisonville, it's just like a touristy thing. It's not real. It's not functional.
Yeah.
It's just a pretend thing.
So along the east coast of the United States, there are tons of lighthouses. All over Europe, there are lighthouses. In Texas, on a lake, what's that, Conroe? My friend Adam got married at the lighthouse on the lake in Texas, but in Louisiana, I'm like,
oh, listen to
so
this.
funny.
Now, this is interesting. There are currently 19 lighthouses in operation, with 3 more under construction.
Oh, nice. So there you go. I need to find a Louisiana lighthouse.
We'll have to do a day trip.
Yeah, that's worthy of a quilt. I love it. I was like, there's a whole Wikipedia page for Louisiana lighthouses.
And we're like,
yes.
Nah.
Never saw them.
Okay, well, that was a good suggestion. Yeah. How many quilts? How many quilts will we need to make to cover that topic?
I have to quit my job. I can't say it too loud.
And we'll keep saying, stop saying that, because you don't want that to happen, really.
No, I need health insurance. Welcome to the United States, where that's the only way to get insurance. Okay, lighthouses in Louisiana. It's now officially, it has a page in my design book.
Cameron has a new restaurant too. That might be a good place to start.
In Cameron?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call it the Melanie Lighthouse Quilt.
There you go. Now, there's one on Canal Street, but it's a museum.
I wonder if they moved it from somewhere.
Maybe so.
So I might be going to New Orleans next week on the 19th. Is that next week?
Thursday.
8 days from now.
It's a Thursday.
Next week. So a couple of things happened that day. One, it's Juneteenth, always something to celebrate. 2, it's my sister's birthday, and she's no longer with us, so we can't go celebrate it with her.
But we do celebrate it. We do celebrate it.
Yeah, we do celebrate it. Yeah, Zaza. So the other thing is my friend Adam lost his grandmother on the 19th. So the 19th, he and I usually get together on that day. And I was looking at I'm going to put that up because I want to go back to it. I was on Instagram, YouTube, I don't know, something recently, and there is a family in New Orleans, the Toops family. The guy I think was on Chopped or like Top Chef or one of those things, and he's got a restaurant in New Orleans in the Garden District. And the pictures on the webpage make it look like the best hamburger on the planet. Well, they have a nonprofit where they feed children in New Orleans. It's a
Oh,
nonprofit. During hurricanes and natural disasters, they would feed people. Well, recently our governor turned away all of the money for food for children, and I'm not making a political statement. This is just what happened in our state. So we do not feed children. We have no like food
programs.
for programs for children. And so the Toops family, I guess it's Toops family, started this nonprofit where they feed children in New Orleans. And so I gave them some money, $25, to support their program, their nonprofit. But also, I need to go get one of those hamburgers. So Adam said, "We're all off. It's a holiday. Let's go on the 19th." And I was like, "Well, I'm not off." And he was like, "You could take off." And I was like,
Not good, not good.
so all of that to say, if I go to New Orleans next week, I'm gonna have to find the lighthouse. Where is it?
I think it's on Canal Street. It's a museum.
Now that you're saying that, I wonder if I've seen it.
New Canal Lighthouse. It's on. No. It's on Lakeshore Drive.
Oh, nope, haven't seen it. Oh, but that would make sense on Lake Pontchartrain.
Right.
Okay.
It
Okay,
looks
so
nice. It looks very nice. Oh, I don't know if you can see
I
it.
can't see
No. Okay.
that. Adam is all about lighthouses. He will take a trip with me. Okay, so Zaza, my Louisiana quilts, or what I do is I take iconic Louisiana symbols. So, what are some of the ones I've done? So, a man playing an accordion, an alligator, a crawfish, things like that, and I
The
put them on wall
pelican.
hanging.
Did you do a
The
pelican?
pelican, the state flag,
Yeah.
right? The local flag, and I put them in the shape of Louisiana, which is affectionately known as the boot. And so I have a series of quilts called Inside the Boot, and that's what I would use it for. So absolutely, they're not really landmarks, but they're more like iconic Louisiana things. And so many of my quilts are kind of artsy. And no, I have not done the Saints one yet. I've done Saints quilts, but not in the boot. So yeah. If the pictures are on our website, if you want to go to thecheekyquilters.com, you can see the in the boot. I don't know how many of them I have posted because we've sold some and some weren't for sale. So they may not all be there, but I definitely need to add them to the gallery to make sure I have pictures of all of them.
Do you still have the one with the accordion? I don't even remember seeing that one.
I sold it.
Oh, we didn't even see it. Who
It
bought
was
it?
sold before I finished it. A good friend of mine, Bonnie, her son was getting married, and she called and said, "I need a Louisiana quilt for my son and his new bride." And I sent her pictures of a bunch of different things I had, and she wanted that one. It wasn't even finished yet. And so I hurried up and finished it and gave it to her.
I
So
didn't
yeah,
even get to see it.
no, it was gone. Um, but yeah, definitely fleur-de-lis all over everything that we do. So for those of you who were with us last night for our live t-shirt, nope, that's not what I'm going to, why do I do this every time? So for T-shirt Quilt Tuesday, we made this bag, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys. I added the straps, and this is going to annoy me. So what I learned making this last night is that when you make a T-shirt quilt and the picture is on, not quilt, when the picture is on the outside of the bag, you put the straps on the inside so that you don't have to sew on this part.
Oh, it takes away from
Yeah.
the picture.
So like, right. So this side it looks fine because, it's just a patchwork. But on this side where I had to add the straps, it definitely is not the most aesthetic. I probably could have busted the seams open right here and like stuck them in and then re-sewed it. But I didn't think about that till just right now. So yeah, so that was a quick and easy bag. No frills at all, no pockets. It's just a very simple tote. I will probably sell this one for $20, $25 maybe. We'll see. Usually if they don't have zippers or snaps or anything, I sell them for 20. When I start adding things to them, the price goes up. So this would be a good $20 tote. What you think?
I think that's a good price.
And then I added the straps onto this big bag too. And I left a little bit of room right here. I didn't sew the straps all the way up. Again, this is a very simple farmer's tote. We're going to be going to the farm selling at the farmer's market. So this is just Joann cheap fabric right before they closed, 30-cent strapping from Joann, and my husband's britches, his jeans at the bottom. Again, $20. I thought about cricketing vinyl, putting some vinyl on the side, farmer bag or I don't know, something, but I didn't. Oh, I didn't add my tags to them. I need to add our cheeky quilter tags. Oh yes, we are all up in the France stuff here. They're very French, our accordions. I guess where does our accordion playing, Jen,
I
comes
think
from?
I think it came from our German families that were here before the Acadians. I think before the Cajuns, the Germans brought with the accordion.
There's a huge German community here too. Yeah. In fact, one of my patients, she's in her 90s. During World War II, there were POWs, German soldiers, or I don't know what they were called, in the U-boats that were in the Gulf, and they were captured and held different places in South Louisiana. And her family was German, and she spoke German. She was a young child, and would go up to the fence and speak with the German soldiers that were POWs here in Louisiana, and it's really nice talking to her. Yeah,
We had a
about that.
camp here in our town. Mama used to talk
Yeah.
about it.
And I think I've heard that some of the soldiers after the war either stayed after they were released, or when they went home, they came back. So we still have a huge German community, Roberts Cove. Yeah, yeah. So sometimes it's funny too. In my videos for the YouTube channel, not just the lives, but I'll try to find some Cajun music that's royalty free that I can play. And if I try to look up, Zydeco Cajun or accordion or French or anything, I get all sorts of accordion music from all over the world. Yeah. So I feel like I was talking super fast tonight.
They were talking
But
that way last night too.
was I?
Well,
Well,
you had
last night
lots.
I was worried.
No, you had lots to say. You were busy trying to get that
Well,
done.
last night I was worried we were going to run out of time. I had a bag to make. I was on a mission. So also want to update you guys on my purple quilt. So this is one of the blocks. Well, it's not, it's one of the units. So 4 of these per block. 4 units per block. I have all of the half square triangles made. I think there's like 180 of them. They all need to be trimmed. 180 might be a lot. I think I needed 180 squares. But anyway, so I have all these half square triangles. About half of them are trimmed to make these, and then put these together. My famous fly foot. I've been talking about the fly foot as long as I've been talking about the hurricane quilt. So you see, like, this is one of the blocks. So the entire quilt will be made of the white, purple, and gray. Yeah, it really. This one needs to be finished for June 21st.
Next week.
Yes, gotta do it. I'm out of control, guys. I am so out of control. I can't stop sewing. This weekend, I was not. I told my husband, I said, I didn't even want to finish that stupid hurricane quilt, but I started working on it, and I was obsessed. Like I couldn't stop. It was like midnight, Friday, Saturday, and even probably Sunday night until I finished it. I couldn't stop. And then once I got it on the long arm, I was like, well, I gotta finish it. You can't load it and not finish it. Right, Jennifer? She's like,
Oh, I don't know. I'm reading Regina's note about the accordion in their music in San Antonio. I can't pronounce that word.
Tahina? Did I
I
say
love
that
that.
right, Tahina?
I love the music.
Angel would know.
Well, do you remember Lucas had a party and they invited the whole band to play in their apartment? And they loved it.
So,
They added more money so they could play longer.
so my son is stationed in El Paso, Texas. He's in the Army, and they hired a mariachi band to play in the barracks. I think they hired them. One of the guys was Hispanic. I don't know exactly where he was from. He might have been Mexican, but so he really they liked the music and they enjoyed it, but also they wanted to annoy the other people in the barracks. But then they were having so much fun, they kept giving them more money to stay and pay longer and pay longer. Oh, Regina wants to know about our channel name, the Cheeky Quilters. Should I introduce her to my British friend Caroline? So, Regina, here's the story. Sometimes when my friend Adam, we're gonna have to have Adam on. We talk about him a lot. He likes to sew and craft. Or he likes the idea of sewing and crafting, but he doesn't. No, actually he does. He makes the Christmas. He does a lot of needlework. I'm corrected. We'll have him on to talk about his needlework. Um, so when Adam and I get together, we are fairly convinced that we are part of the British royal family, and we speak in British accents.
Too many toddies.
We do have a few toddies, and then when we start drinking, it comes out. I'm a bit more like down. See, now I'm not drinking. I can't do it. I'm a bit more like London. I don't like speaking proper, and Ian, I get into it all the time. He's a bit more proper. It started really with Ricky Gervais. It started with Ricky Gervais, and back when Prince Harry was cool. Harry is my favorite of all the princes. So I liked Prince Harry. I liked Ricky Gervais. Started talking in a British accent. Adam and I are convinced we're the lost cousins of. And then I did DNA testing, and I do have some British, mostly French, but there's some Irish. So I could be related. I'm related. Queen Victoria, I'm sure, was my grandmother at some point. And so we just came up with the Cheeky Quilters. It's a nod to our British friends across the pond.
Family, our British family.
Yeah. And all the other names were taken. We had started, I think, Jennifer, you had started looking for a name for our business, and all of everything we could think of, the Cajun Quilters is taken, like everything we could think of was already taken. Like there wasn't a name available. And so the Cheeky Quilters came up, and it was free.
A lot of people at the festivals ask about that, about the name. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah. Well, and if you look up cheeky in the dictionary, it's it really is appropriate. Sassy, bold, cheeky. Now I know you guys don't know me very well, but this is pretty much my personality. I mean, I think I'm pretty cheeky. I'm not afraid to say what I need to say. So we did mention last night that we got invited to another museum art gallery showing. What's it called? The Art Council in Vermilion Parish. And the lady did say that the reason she contacted us was that our quilts were different, that we did not have the quilts that looked like everybody else's quilts.
Your quilts are different. Mine are
Yeah.
pretty much the same.
Yes. See, Zaza, I think I'm cheeky. I don't take it as an insult. It's all good.
Sheila had to change her name. That's funny.
The Sheila toy. All right, you got anything else going on, Jen?
No, I'm just want to hurry up and finish those 2 quilts. I know I'm not enjoying the process. No, I really am. But I do, they're going well, and I do want to get them done, and I think I can get it done by this weekend. Oh, well, I might have to wait on fabric. But Josh has been so quick. It comes like in 2 days.
So for those of you who don't know Josh, he is the wholesaler at Marshall Dry Goods. If you call him directly, he is awesome. That's where we get I buy bolts of fabric. And I'm on his email list, and yeah, like you get stuff very quickly. They have all sorts of stuff. Some of it you have to be careful. I've gotten some, and I talked to another lady who had the same experience. A lot of times they will have super cheap fabric. Like a couple years ago, we bought like $1.50 a yard Christmas fabric, and some of it was lower quality. I've every time I've bought it by the bolt, it has been good quality fabric. I haven't had any issues with it. They have 108 and 45 wide. Um, at some point in the last year, I don't remember exactly when, I purchased they had bundles of, what do they call them? Second run, where like as the fabric was going through the machines to be printed, it got caught up. And so the colors weren't exactly right. Or they'll have like big lines across them, and so they can't sell them. I think I bought like 30 yards of fabric for like $1.25 each. Um, and for the most part, most of it was usable. And then the stuff that's not usable, I cut it up and use it in, in smaller things where it doesn't really matter. Like where you can't see the distortions.
I don't think we'll ever use the Christmas fabric completely, though.
Yeah, I think I might have to sell it in bundles. Like I've thought about that, cutting it up, making like strips or bundles or something with it, and just selling it for cheap. I don't know how much I paid for it. It was on sale, and look, as a matter of fact,
I have
right
a
here
lot
in
of it.
front of me. So we make mug rugs to sell. Yeah. Check them out, like, and go to the wholesaler where you have to call Josh, because if you buy like on their regular website, they don't ship as quickly. But on the wholesale website, you have to buy in bulk, but you can share it with people. I think they have a 3-yard minimum, maybe. Um, so yeah, it's worth looking at.
And I
We
use the
make
same
mug rugs.
colors. I use the same colors a lot, so I'm just A bolt's usually good.
Well, and what I did was for a while I was buying like a bolt at a time of so that I could get a bunch of different colors. Yeah. Right, exactly. Zaza, it depends on the fault. These were basically folded when they were running through the machine, and so you could just cut around the lines. Um, and they were like tonal fabrics, so it wasn't like it was a flower that was missing a petal or anything. Like it was really good. It was worth it to me because they were 108 wide, and so I used them. So yeah, I was saying we make mug rugs. So if you're not familiar with a mug rug, the little tagline that we put on the tags on them are they're like coasters but way cooler. So what we do is we will around Christmas time. So here's a Christmas one, some of the Christmas fabrics.
Those are
Um,
big.
um no, these are the normal size, like what you made me this one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do you not normally make them that big? This was one of the first ones you made me though. This one might be bigger than what you do now.
I know. Yeah, I make them smaller now, but I do like that one.
How about that Bob busted her in a heartbeat? She didn't know I had one that she made for me. Huh?
I don't. I wouldn't have remembered it.
It's so cute, isn't it? And look, it's all stained up because I use it.
And I made one
Um,
with a little sewing machine, like old black sewing machine, old
yeah,
black Singer. That was a cute
that
one.
one's in the other room. So anyway, so we have all of these mug rugs, and what we do around Christmas time is put them in coffee mugs with chocolate and peppermints or whatever, and sell them as like a little gift bag with a coffee mug. But I have these are champagne, cute. Oh, I know I grabbed these because this is all the Christmas fabric.
People like those little holiday mugs with the stuff in them. Last minute gifts for and they're real cheap,
Yeah, and some
inexpensive.
of the fabric, the Christmas fabric that we bought was really cute. Um, I don't know what's going on with the lighting right here. But then some of them, like this brown, that's not Christmassy.
I like it. With the blue, you made it cute.
Yeah, instead of the back. So I have all of these cut ready to make mug rugs for next Christmas season. But I just wanted to show the Christmas fabric. That was pretty sweet deal. But 36 yards, maybe even more than that. Because now that I'm saying it,
I would love to do those fabric cards. I tried. I did one like a postcard. Yes, I couldn't get it quite right, but I haven't given up. I would love to do that.
at the Quilters Guild last year, we did a one of the nights. We did a postcard making, and they gave us this. Um,
Yeah, and I bought some of
and
that, and it's really good. But you know what my problem was that I couldn't do the edging, the stitching on the edging to look good. I'll have to try again because it works.
now, Zaza, I tell you what, I really want to do is make postcards of Louisiana, fabric postcards to sell at our booth. Because in October, that music festival we go to, people ask us for stuff like that. And I think they would do really well. I mean, can you imagine a little Coco Dree on there? How cute would that be? Coco Dree is an alligator.
And festivals, people like their own festivals. So if you have like I have a lot of T-shirts with festivals, so
Yeah,
that I
you could
think that
even
would
do
sell.
t-shirt postcards. I
Yeah.
wonder if that, what the size of you could even do like so I'm taking this postcard size. If you put it over the front part of the pocket, it fits. So like this is the size of the front and look at that.
Cool.
So that could be like a postcard.
So Zaza, how do you do the edging on the postcards?
We need to check that out.
Yeah, the guy that I was watching, I forgot his name, but he would do a satin stitch all the way around the edge.
Zaza, you have to come on and show us.
Yeah, that would
Or
be
do you have
good.
a tutorial? All right, y'all. We only had an hour, but we did an hour and a half, almost 2 hours last night. So I think poor mom there is ready to go. And I've got lots and lots of trimming to do. And I also have a few things I need to put on the long arm. Not tonight.
Yeah, yeah, Zaza responded to my question. That's true. That's what happened. I used a satin stitch and it was too tight.
Oh,
A
just a zigzag
zigzag.
instead.
I'll try that.
Yeah. So maybe 1 week we'll talk about
Yeah, that would be good. It's
yeah,
not
but
too
for
early
years
to get started
no,
for
for years
Christmas.
I've been wanting to do that. Make postcards with Louisiana theme on them. Quick question. Leftover t-shirt fabric.
Oh my
So
goodness. I was going through that today. I have so much. And it just so happened today that I'm doing a quilt and I needed a particular color of t-shirt fabric and I remembered these drawers that I had stuffed scraps in and I found just the color I wanted. It does get away from me though. There's so much of it.
I use as much of it as I can. I use it for the border. I
Yeah, me
use
too.
it to make a bag after I'm done.
And
I
if,
have a box somewhere of saved pieces to just
yeah. And I use them at home, like instead of paper towels, just, for rags about for
mhm.
housekeeping, cleaning.
Yeah, we have a box of that above the washing machine.
And there's a mechanic here in town that takes them for his business.
Make tote bags.
I found a few more T-shirts for you, Amber, that I thought you would like for bags.
Oh, good.
Another hey y'all.
Oh, good. Oh, lovely. That's fabulous. All right, y'all. And there's our pretty quilt again.
Reusable paper towels. There you go.
Yeah.
All these great ideas. I love it. I don't
Write it
have to
down. Put it
strain.
on the list.
I have it written down. I don't have to strain my brain that way.
Oh, we don't like straining our brains.
I do not.
Yes. Well, all right, ladies, and I don't think we have any gentlemen, but in case y'all are watching later, watching the replay, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, por favor. And I am actually about to post the last video in the Wonky Kaleidoscope quilt series. I think I have 3 already, and the last one is almost done with editing. And so look for that. Please check it out. And if you enjoy it, give it a thumbs up so that other people can see it.
And thank you
And y'all
guys
have
so
a
much. Thank y'all for joining
fabulous
us.
rest of your
Yes.
week. We'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Good night.
Bye.